which is 72 pixels. In addition, we have line height, letter spacing, alignment, and so on. Below the typography panel, we have the fill panel, which we were looking at earlier. And this is going to control the text color. So that's the text elements. Let's zoom in a little bit and check out the buttons that we have here.
So you just mentioned that you want to learn Python. So do not learn Python in manual way in 2025, because learning Python in manual way will take you like 6 months of your.
So you might notice that the buttons have rounded corners. So if I select this button, if we go to the right sidebar in the appearance panel, they have a corner radius setting. And this is the facing. Figma lets you use
You
layout
guys can see
grids
this. So
to
this
make
is
sure that the
basically
design
the Sigma
aligns
part,
with a
Figma
grid,
part, which will be
which is currently hidden.
for the
You can see
design
that
and
with
the
the closed eye icon.
regulations. Let's move
Button.
on to, since Figma
There
is
section
not that tough and
lots of detail.
something
Instead of
you
where
can
we have
find the
little
design.
favicon to load for the
If you
website,
want an export,
let's export the one
So
favicon image. There are all different browsers and devices, and they all have different preferred images.
see, this is a favicon. So favicon is required for the logo. The logo we see here as a YouTube, right? This is called the favicon. We required this. So I will be using this favicon to move to the next part, or I'll be downloading it from the online browser. So I think the website for that is Real Favicon Generator, I guess. Wait 1 second. Real Favicon Generator. Yep. Yep. This is yeah, this is the one. Nutty. So I'll be just uploading the the favicon from the downloaded part. I have downloaded it previously long back. So let me just search for it. On this, yeah, it's here. Actually, I have already saved it in the running VS Code file. This I'll be showing it for the demonstration. I'll show it for the demonstration. And this is done. Then we can do some changes if you need. We can change the corner, so we can see the changes here. So if I just increase it, the corners are a little more rounder. I mean, corners are getting more curvy. And image size, we can increase the image size as per the need. So this looks perfect, I feel. And what else? Yeah, that's it actually. And if you want to do some changes here also, you can do that. Just simply click next and download. So a zip file will be downloaded here. Hmm. You should, since in order to use this favicon, we should just unzip it, unzip the favicon, and we can use it as it is. Yeah. So this is the one you need to copy. So just use it Control A, Control C, and go to my specific folder. Action and response website, and paste here. Just paste it as it is. You can see the date. So 31st was the day I downloaded, and I have pasted here. So you can see the difference here. This is the one, this is the one, this is the one, this is the one. and this one, this. So these are all of that. That's it. I think we can move on to next part. And next is inside the HTML. Since the favicon is required to be, it should be used inside the HTML file. We need to use the link. So this is the link we will be using, which will basically store everything as it is. And next, that's it. Let's just move on. Let's see who is watching. Oh, no one. Crazy. We'll just move on. We'll just go to the next part. So this is my plan. So this is my proper plan. So today I'll be focusing on the HTML, CSS, and JavaScript, and I'll be building a website accordingly. So that will be live streamed. And tomorrow I'll be focusing on the LLM, and I have few other works regarding the joining date. So that those things I'll be doing that. And beyond that, let's see. We'll plan for something.
Image formats and sizes. And it can be kind of time consuming to try to keep up with all this yourself. Fortunately, there's a really good solution that will provide you with all of these different images as well as the code that we can put in our index.html file. So I did some research on favicons, and it seemed like a lot of people recommend using a website called realfavicongenerator.net.
So this is the same demo. I'll just
So I'm going to search for Real Favicon Generator, and here we go, realfavicongenerator.net. So HTML. So first, let's get the files. File site. So I've go to review as we build out. Next, we're going to start writing. Start adding our global color. But if we click using it, it'll display. So let's start with I'm in the we've written here. I'm going to call it for it to be a valid hex code. So now that we've written this, a color swatch has appeared, and we can actually click on it to make a color picker appear in VS Code. And here we can change a color format by clicking on this title bar here. And we want to select HSL. So now we can save, and we have the white color saved as HSL. Next thing we want to do is set this white color as the main background color of our website. So I'm going to create another custom property. I'm going to call this color, and then we're describing what the color is going to be used for. So I'm going to say main-bg. And then I'm going to set the value to var c white. And one cool little VS Code shortcut that we can use is to just start typing the double dash, and it's going to automatically load the custom properties that are available as code. I'm going to call this a properties always the actual before setting up our colors, white color. Now up next, we're going to start writing some more styles. Styles starting with colors.
So we are done with the Figma basics, and let's move on to the CSS part, where I think she'll be explaining regarding few of the styles and colors. So let's just follow up.
So I'm going to go through the design and save all the colors as CSS custom properties. So let's start by getting the default background color, which is white. So if I click on the desktop 1440 frame, in the right sidebar, if we scroll down to the fill panel.
Wait, I didn't open the Figma design. Okay. Oh, fine. Okay. 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 I'll just log in into my account number. Yeah. Mhm. Uh, I'll just screen share. I hope I'm audible. So this is what I did. So for now, basically we are done with the Figma basics. Now we will continue to the next part. That will be little bit styling in the CA. With that will be little bit styling to the existing index.html. We will use a CSS file and write code accordingly.
It tells us that the fill for the entire frame, which is basically the background color, is white, which in hex code is FFF. Now on the right sidebar, Figma is going to All right, now that we've taken a look at the design, let's start adding our global styles, starting with colors. So I'm going to go through the design and save all the colors as CSS custom properties. So let's start by getting the default background color, which is white. So if I click on the desktop 1440 frame, in the right sidebar,
And this is what she's talking about. Let me just wait. And this is what she's talking about. So if we click here, we will get an entire complete panel of design. And
if we scroll down to the fill panel, it tells us that the fill
let's scroll down the fill panel. So this is the fill panel.
for the entire frame, which is basically the background color, is white, which in hex code is FFF. Now on the right sidebar, Figma is going to display the colors in hex format, but if we click on this color swatch here, it's going to pop up the color picker, and you can change the color format with a dropdown. Now in our code, we are going to be using HSL, or hue, saturation, lightness format for the colors, which you can see if you select HSL in the dropdown. It'll display hue, saturation, and lightness numbers, as well as the opacity, or what's called alpha, as a last number, and that's a percentage. However, since the individual HSL colors are split out, it's kind of hard to copy and paste the whole thing into VS Code. So just for now, what I'm going to do is select hex colors, and then we can more easily copy and paste it. So let's start with this white color. So I'm going to copy the white color, and then let's go into VS Code and start setting up our colors. Now in our style.css file, I said I wanted to store the colors as CSS custom properties, and we want to put them in the root selector so that we can access them from anywhere else in our styles. So I'm going to put the colors before all these other styles that we've written here. And let's create a comment, and I'm going to say colors just to make it easier for us to find later on. Now we're going to create two sets of color custom properties, one for the actual color.
So I will do one thing. I will just execute few part of the code whichever she is explaining, so that I will execute that part first. Then I will be explaining the same thing. So things are gonna be a little bit more easier and better to understand.
And then one for the colors, for where the colors will be used on the website. So let's create our root selector first. And for the white color, the first property we're going to create is double dash, since custom properties always start with a double dash, C for color, and then I'm going to call it white. Then we want to paste in the color from Figma, and we do need to add that hashtag or pound symbol in order for it to be a valid hex code. So now that we've written this, a color swatch has appeared, and we can actually click on it to make a color picker appear in VS Code. And here we can change a color format by clicking on this title bar here. And we want to select.
Make a move with Hostinger Sale. Bring your idea to life with Hostinger Horizons AI. You just need to describe it. Sign up.
HSL. So now we can save, and we have the white color saved as HSL. The next thing we want to do is set this white color as the main background color of our website. So I'm going to create another custom property. I'm going to call this color, and then we're describing what the color is going to be used for. So I'm going to say main-bg. And then I'm going to set the value to var c white. And one cool little color, I'm going to call this color. So the next thing we want to do is set this white color as the main background color of our website. So I'm going to create another custom property. I'm going to call this color, and then we're describing what the color is going to be used for. So I'm going to say main-bg. And then I'm going to set the value to var c white. And one cool little VS Code shortcut that we can use is to just start typing the double dash, and it's going to automatically load the custom properties that are available to us. And here we're going to select C white. And then you can see VS Code automatically generated it with the var function, so we don't have to type it ourselves. Okay, now, looking at the colors, having two properties for the same white color might seem kind of weird, but it is going to make more sense when we have multiple properties all loading the same color. And I do like that it makes the colors more descriptive, so you can see, where the colors are all going to be used, all in one place here. Okay, let's go back to the design now, and we want to grab the text colors as well. So if we look at the design, we have.
So let's execute the root color first. So let's go to the CSS. Let's go. And this will be just C white. C white. And as you know, the tag was. Oh wait, what is happening? The tag was ff, and this is the one, and we can choose whichever we need now. This looks fine. And one more is the one more tag is Color in HG. Yeah? Is it HG? It's BG. I still don't know the meaning yet. I'll figure it out. As she said, we're doing it for the same thing. We will just try to do it accordingly. The reason for doing and then learning the things are we will learn accordingly. So since I just typed it down, now I'll just copy paste the same thing to the GPT. So we'll be using the GPT as a guide for us. So this is how I use the AI for execution. The one is to get the explanation of whatever I need, and one more is to clear the error in case if I have any. What is the meaning? Yes. So this basically says that this is just a variable. So for example, in Python, we might use a is equal to 10. So a is a variable which will be storing the value of 10. So similarly here, c white will be a variable which will be storing the value, as per the code, that is the white color. Similarly, it uses another variable using variable. So this color main BG basically is a what is where so I understood the variable. I just want to understand what is var here. So basically, uh, we can use, see, for example, in Python, a is equal to 10 and b is equal to a. So basically, b also has the same value as a. So similarly, the working of here is a little bit different since it works on based on colors. So first will be the variable and the value, and the second variable, if it needs the same value as the first variable, we should use a var. Var basically extracts the color from the first variable and it will be using it. So that is the literal meaning of it. So I think this we understood. Literal meaning, yeah, that's it. And let's move on to next step.
A dark gray text color when we have a white background, and then we have white text when it's on a darker background. So we can already reuse the white color since we copied that over already, but let's get that dark gray color. I'm going to zoom in here on the headline on one of the 3 column features, hold down Control and select the title. So now in the right sidebar, here's the fill panel, and here we have the dark gray text color. So I'm going to copy that. Now in VS Code, we're going to first create the color itself. So let's say gray dark. Paste in the hex code, add the pound or hashtag, and then convert it to HSL. Now,
Okay.
we're going to create the property.
So I think a small part is left out. We should convert it into HSL, and we will know the meaning further. Yeah, this is the HSL. Yeah, let's understand what is HSL. Just copy paste. copy and paste it here. What else? So, so yeah, so we have RGB, that is red, green, blue. So here we have different featuring, different structure. So that is HSL. HSL means H means hue, that is the color type. S means the saturation, L means the lightness. Lightness is nothing but the brightness. Saturation is color intensity. Saturation is color intensity. So how much intensity we need. So it may be so a single color. For example, red. If we take how much intense. So if you give the more intensity, it will be more bright or something like that. More. Oh wait, let's just try it out. LU. So this is H. H is hue, which is nothing but color type. It's hue 332. Nothing much changes, and this is 45. Yeah. Oh, okay. So it changes the complete ray band. So it was in the red part. So we'll just give zero again. Zero, zero. Let's see what we get. Yeah, it is in the upper part. When we change it to something like 456, I don't think so. We get something, and this is nothing but 57, 56. It's yeah, it is going down and down depending on the requirement we give. I think this is the light brightness, right? So we'll give brightness of 20. Yeah. So lesser the brightness, the below it goes. Higher the if we give 99, I think it will be near white, completely white top. Yeah, it is very top. Yeah, simple as that. So this 45, where is it? Okay, and this 4, where is it? It is in the same band. I'll just pull it down a little bit. Yeah, we got an extra thing. I don't know what is it. It's just a lay. Yeah, it's just a lay. So we need not continue wasting time in this. We can continue to other part. A means alpha. Alpha is nothing but the transparency. Simple. So let's move on. Let's move on to what was the initial values. It was, I think we don't need the transparency now. Since it is a background colors, we don't need the transparency for now. Let it be 98. Sorry, 98, and this shall be erased. Yep. And let's take one more color from here. From here, we will zoom it. As we zoom in, we need this is the part. This is the color we need. We will just move down. Yeah. Yeah, this is the color, and we'll just scroll down. We got the color, we got the name also. We'll just copy it. We'll just name it. See background. Like wordings, or we'll just follow the wordings what they say for now. Later we will be implementing our own words. See gray, dark. Okay. They just named as it is. She just named as it is. Yeah, we'll just copy it, and we'll be using the hash and converting it into HSL form. Yep, just click here and get HSL form. Simple. Yep.
For where we're using this gray color for our text. So I'm going to say color text dark. and then we'll add in gray dark. So hopefully you can see that for the actual colors, I'm naming them starting all with C, and then where we're using them, we're using the color. And this is just going to help differentiate these two different types of custom properties, and it'll make it easier to scan through all of them once we have a whole bunch here. Okay, so next thing we want to do is create the white text color custom property. So I'm going to say color text light, and we're going to set this to the white color. All right. So let's get some more colors from our design. So the next thing I want to grab is the purple color that we have here for the header and the hero background.
Can't trust your AI results? Let Bolium sift through 170 million papers and find.
Let's go down to fill. We just want to make sure we double click into the right layer to have that purple color show up. Okay, so got that color, and let's add our custom property for it. We're going to say C purple. And again, we're going to add the hashtag and convert to HSL. Now, let's add a custom property for the hero background. And then we're going to set this to the purple color. Okay, let's see. Next, let's also grab...
Let's just wait. I think there's a purple color here. So this is the purple color. Just go below and we'll search for the exact color we need. Oh no, wait. Where is it? Where is it? Selection. There's a purple color here. We'll just copy it. We'll just type it off. _ C purple light. It's light. So we'll be using the hash and copy the color, colon, and converting it to HSL. Yep, simple. And we will be using two more variable. One will be C dark. C dark. C dark, which will be a variable. Which will be a variable of CC dark, and yeah. I don't think so. We need this bracket, do we? Oh, sorry. And one more is CC light. CC light, and which will be the white variable. Wait. C light. Is it light? We'll take the white. Yep. Cool. And one more variable for the purple. What was the name she gave? Color text dark. Color hero BG. Okay. Color hero BG, which will be variable, which will be purple. Is it purple light? Yeah, exactly. It's purple light. I think we will just disclose here. We will continue the next part in the evening session. ಏನಪ್ಪ ಮರಿ ಸಸ್ಯ ಏನೋ ಇಷ್ಟೊಂದು ಬಿಸಿ ಆಗ್ಬಿಟ್ಟಿದೆ ಗಾಡಿ ಗಾಡಿ ತೊಳ್ಕೊತೀರಾ ಹೌದಾ ಓಕೆ 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 ಹಂಗೆ ಏನೋ ಮಾಡು ಹಾಂ Not